All local, all morning. This is Fox 61, Connecticut's news station.
And now it's 6 as you get ready to head to work. If you take the train, you'll soon have a faster option. Amtrak is about to roll out its next generation of high-speed trains. One of its stops is in New Haven, so exciting stuff there. Fox 61's Priscilla Meza is at Union Station right now breaking down all the details. We'll check in with her in about 2 minutes from now.
That is some big, exciting news. We're excited.
And anything to cut down on the time.
Travel time,
That's really
I know.
nice.
It's just another great option to have. Good morning. Happy Friday. We're glad you're starting yours off with us. I'm Erica Arias.
And I'm Bridget Bjorley, shaping up to be a really nice weekend. So let's check in with Matt Scott to see how it's looking.
Good morning. It is looking like a really great weekend, which is well deserved after a lot of heat, humidity, and then smog and all the mess that we had to deal with the last couple of days. We've got it all out of the way and going to set up for what is really as August as you're going to get. We're calling it August-ish because we're just a little bit shy of the temperatures where they should be for now. We're going to fix that. Looking good, feeling great with building the temperatures, not the humidity. Live looks at Hartford and New Haven are looking so much better, these sunrises, than they have of late. That wildfire smoke has really been doing a number on our skies. We've gotten just about all of it out of the way. The air quality is good. Got some higher clouds that are fluttering through the Litchfield Hills. We'll see clouds come and go into morning hours. We'll get them mostly out of the way in the afternoon, and there's nothing really coming that's problematic. Temperatures at 6 o'clock, 56 degrees in Hartford, 57 in New Haven, 58 in Groton. Look at, Willimantic at 51, Torrington 52, and your dew points, my goodness, I like this. Low to mid 50s out there, and we're going to keep them on the down low for the duration, not just for the day, but for the weekend. Temperatures getting into the 80-degree mark by about 1 o'clock. Lunch outside, highly recommended. What about the weekend? Any meals outside? How about every meal outside? We'll talk about it coming up. Erica's got a look at traffic at 6:02. Take it away.
I sure do, and it's looking great at 6:02. Great news if you're about to head out, especially if you're passing through Hartford. Hartford drive time's looking great. Just 6 minutes from Glastonbury to the Founders Bridge. Taking a look at Waterbury. The Brass City is looking great as well. We're all green, no issues at all. And taking a look at New Haven. The Elm City, you're starting to see a slowdown from New Haven to Bridgeport. That's a normal trouble spot there on 95 South. It's going to take you 29 minutes now. It just popped up a minute. And then as we take a look at Fairfield County, this is great if you're going to be heading into the city or you're coming up. My goodness, we've got some great news there. We take a live look outside, checking out the view here of I-84 in Hartford. We've got no issues at all. It's looking up like a great Friday commute for you if you're about to head out. No issues in both directions if you're heading out right now. Have a great day and happy Friday. We hope it's a good one for you. All aboard the future of East Coast travel. Amtrak is officially rolling out its next generation of high-speed trains, and it's happening in just a few weeks. Get ready.
Coming up, Fox 61's Priscilla Meza is live in New Haven Union Station this morning to tell us when you can hop on board. Priscilla, this is really great news for commuters.
Good morning. Yes, very great news. Now, we do have an official start date. Amtrak says its brand new fleet will debut August 28th. 5 of these high-speed trains will run along the Northeast Corridor at first, and then an additional 23 trains will roll out by 2027. So Amtrak says the next-gen Acela trains are designed to be faster and can go up to 160 miles per hour, and that's 10 times faster than current trains. These trains run more frequently and offer 27% more seats per train. Amtrak also says it added a tilt system to create a smoother and quieter ride, and who doesn't love that? It's aimed at cutting down travel times and making the ride more comfortable for the millions of people who rely on this line each year. The trains will stop in major cities from D.C. to Boston. In Connecticut, that includes Stamford and New Haven Union Station. For passengers, it will be simple to book. You'll be able to reserve your seat through the Amtrak app, website, or at station kiosks. In the coming months, Amtrak will operate both the current Acela and these new trains during the transition. Again, the first 5 trains will start to roll out August 28th, so stay tuned for that. Live in New Haven, Priscilla Meza, Fox 61.
All right, looking forward to that, Priscilla. Thanks. Dozens of people turned out in New Haven to call for protections to transgender health care.
Fox 61's Stefan Reels was at the protest and has more on what people say they want to see from state leaders.
People who came out here to the New Haven Green on Thursday had one message: let transgender kids grow up. And part of that mission, many say, needs to come from protecting health care in the state. It's a vow that echoes through New Haven.
1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4.
As protesters push back against recent executive orders from the Trump administration.
Open up those clinic doors. Open up those clinic doors.
It comes 2 weeks after leadership from both Yale New Haven Hospital and Connecticut Children's Medical Center said they would roll back gender-affirming care for people under 19 years old.
This is going to be a huge disadvantage for the trans people in Connecticut.
Among those rallying,
The attack on trans people is an attack on what remains of the welfare state.
community college professor Eric Maroney, who got gender-affirming care at Connecticut Children's when he was 40 years old. He stresses the action taken by the administration against trans healthcare has rippling effects across generations, especially when surgeries aren't usually a factor for children in the trans community.
So gender-affirming care for youth primarily takes the form of counseling and then perhaps something like hormone blockers. Surgeries are never performed on people under the age of 18 and never at the age of 18 without parental consent.
Now protesters are looking for action. They aren't the only ones. Last week, State Attorney General William Tong announced Connecticut would join a multi-state lawsuit to challenge the actions of the Trump administration. The lawsuit claims the White House is overstepping its authority to use threats to pressure healthcare providers. Attorney General Tong released a statement saying gender-affirming care is essential, life-saving medical treatment that supports individuals in living as their authentic selves, and the decision to pursue such treatment should not involve the federal government. Period. Full stop.
There's like an emotional and psychological attack that happens as well, right? When you're constantly being met with a barrage of rhetoric from the media, from politicians, that you're somehow evil, or you're somehow freakish, or you somehow don't fit in society, or you somehow need to be corrected, right? That has a real harm on anyone, but especially a young person who is still developing their sense of self.
Outside of the lawsuit, a lot of attention is now on state leaders as protesters say they want to see more movement in the state to restore gender-affirming care. And that has brought up the possibility from some protesters who say they want to see a special session to do just that. In New Haven, Stephen Reels, Fox 61.
Crews have stopped their search efforts for a boy who fell into the Housatonic River in Stratford on Wednesday afternoon. He has been missing ever since. Officials say crews worked for around 24 hours to search for the 6-year-old. But police say the strong currents in the Housatonic were making search efforts difficult and unsafe at times. The Coast Guard said it expresses its deepest condolences to the boy's family. And community members say that they are praying for everyone who is involved.
I cannot imagine the grief and heartache that those parents are going through right now. It pains my heart. And I've been praying. I just was walking by here and I just blessed all of these volunteers to please, Lord, help them find this child.
Officials say crews, including dive teams and helicopters from 8 nearby communities, combed the area to try to find the child.
An update on a story we first brought to you as breaking news yesterday. Hartford police say 2 people shot on Park Street are expected to survive. It happened just before 4 in the morning. Officers say there weren't many witnesses. There was some evidence left behind, and they're looking into it right now. As of August 7th, there have been 45 shootings in the city of Hartford this year. And despite the high number, Lieutenant Aaron Boisvert says shootings are on the decline compared to previous years.
We are still in a historic low. Even after I say those numbers, we are still in a historic low. We're at 61 at this time last year. So violence, while it is still here, unfortunately, it is not as violent as been in previous years.
Anyone with information about the shooting is asked to call the police department.
One woman is in the hospital after a fire destroyed a home in Killingly yesterday afternoon. Officials say everyone got out of the multifamily home, but one woman had to be airlifted to the hospital. Deputy Fire Chief Nate Kite told us that the fire department has been to that house several times in the past.
This is a frequent house that we visit. It was hoarder conditions. It was not safe for interior access. We did the best we could. We made a quick attempt at a stop. It wasn't able to be accomplished. We backed out, and like I said, we fought from the outside.
Fire officials say the house is a total loss. Crews brought in an excavator to cut into the burned wreckage and completely put the fire out. Fire officials say this is still an active investigation.
6:10 now. An investigation to the shooting at Fort Stewart in Georgia continues this morning. 5 soldiers were hurt on Wednesday, and they were all expected to survive. Army officials say the situation could have been much worse if not for the heroic response of 6 soldiers who jumped into action. They were honored for their bravery yesterday. The Army Secretary says some of them tackled the suspected shooter and subdued him until police arrived on scene. Others quickly gave medical care to the soldiers who were wounded.
Under duress and fire, they ran into battle to the sound of the gunfire, took down the assailant, and then took care of their comrades, and that made all the difference.
The fast action of these soldiers under stress and under trauma and under fire absolutely saved lives.
The Army says the suspected shooter used a personal handgun, not a military firearm, and the Army says it doesn't know what the motive for the shooting was. It says it's looking for ways to prevent this from ever happening again.